Hello everyone and welcome back to Voidspace Alpha. My name is Ollie and today we're continuing with our playthrough of Rome 2 Total War on hard difficulty. Now, big thank you to the over 27,000 people that have subscribed to the channel so far. Let's just bring you back up to speed with a look at the diplomatic map mode. So far we have two defensive alliances, one with the Macedonians and one with the Mayan? Mayan? It's definitely not Mayan, is it? But yeah, those are our defensive alliances. We're at war with the Nervi. We're going to conquer all of their lands, and then I'm starting to raise legions because we're getting, excuse me, a little bit of cash in now, where we can start rejoining up these disjointed parts of our empires. For example, we've got Ratir and Etnoricum here. That has two provinces that need taking. The Iceni, or the British Confederation as it is now, has a bit of Celtica, and yeah, there'll be other places that we need to take. So yeah, I think first port of call is to raise another legion down here. In fact, we're just going to position the 15th over here. Avocati cohorts, etc., all looking very suave. We've got 5 grand to spend and 5 grand income. We also have a legion over here who I am going to position on this road. This is the 5th Legion. They're fully manned. They're in a great position to advance in towards Palmyra. But yeah, let's recruit some units over here. They're a bit short on cavalry, so we'll get 3 more cav just to bulk it up to 4. And then in terms of missile units, we're a bit low, so we'll grab 2 more archers. That'll bring them up to full strength, and that's 2 legions in that area. We also have this fleet that we are just not making any use of whatsoever, so I think we'll begin the process of moving that fleet around Spain as a whole, and we're also recruiting another legion in Spain as well, which will support our conquests in this area. One thing I did want to mention, and I'm just going to check actually that we're converting all of these areas. This area does not have a garrison yet, but Cantabeum does, which means we could probably move this legion out with minimal faff. There we are. In fact, this legion can get a bit closer to the border, and this legion can take over, holding the line. I don't want to recruit any lower quality spearmen like we have here, the Vigletes. But yeah, sorry, I'm going to end turn there. Am I? No, I'm not, because I'm going to invest in more stuff. Saying that, where can I invest in stuff? I'm still paranoid, incredibly paranoid about food production. So, right, Mesopotamia has an auxiliary barracks and a manipular barracks. So I may raise a legion over here. Do I want to? Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. There's no legacies to reinstate. So let's just raise an army. There we are. Perfect. Right, and because we've got that manipular barracks and the auxiliary barracks, we get a decent choice of units. We're going to get some Persian archers, but for the time being, let's just grab 2 Evocati and a standard legionary. In fact, is there anything else I can recruit there? There is auxiliary infantry as well. We'll grab a Persian archer. 2. Why not? And that's where I'm going to end turn for the first turn of this episode. And yeah, while that turn is ending and we're going through that, I just want to say quickly, the best way that you can support these Let's Plays, if you are indeed watching still now, is to do a few things. Okay, so the Nervi is going to pay us 4 grand for a peace treaty. I'm going to decline that. Yeah, so do a few things. Can you like the video, subscribe, share, watch it all the way through? Just do all the things that please the algorithm, because that will make it incredibly likely, much more likely that I will do more of these. I've already uploaded the first couple of episodes of the Pharaoh Total War campaign, and I have to say I'm having a bit of a tough time with it, even on normal difficulty, but it is very enjoyable, so I am enjoying that, and I'd love to do a lot more Total War content. So let's somebody wants to adopt one of our characters. I'm going to stop that We're going to go for entrepreneurs, subversion, that's fine, that's fine. We do have our agents scattered around, so I can see whether or not towns have any sort of garrison in them. Now, do we have... Yeah, we have a small level of garrison here now, which is 2 legionary cohorts. We've already got 3 legions in this area, soon to be 4. So our sweeping... Sorry, wrong. We've got 4 legions in this area, soon to be 5. I'm going to put these guys on the border over here, ready to hit that British Confederacy. I know it feels like betrayal, doesn't it? And we're going to go in and besiege Trevorium. Yeah, that's going to be an absolute whitewash. I am not going to make you guys watch that one, just because the time it would take to win would probably be less than the time it would take to load. So, yeah, not much point there. Let's occupy that position and spend our money on converting the settlement first before we continue our advance. Now, because this area has no garrison, I'm going to leave those troops there. This area is still building up its garrison, so I will leave those troops there. But now we have a agent that can move around. I'm going to switch these 2 agents out so that I can get some sight on this settlement here. Now, am I right in thinking that that might be the final settlement, the final 2? It certainly does seem that way. Right, my Egyptian Legion is now at full strength. So I'll dump a bit of money into upgrading them, but not before I've upgraded the Seleucia. Yeah, this area here actually. Okay, that's nothing. That's a nothing area. But this legion does require some upgrading. I'm going to grab some more legionary cohorts, and do you know what? I'll just max out recruitment by getting a few of those. Yeah, it's not going to max it out, unfortunately, but it's probably better to have a good mix of infantry and legionaries. There's no cavalry in there, but 2 legions might be enough to deal with the Nabateans. You never know. Yeah, that fleet is going to continue to make its way around Spain. There we go. Speed that up. Yeah, they're going to continue to make their way around there. And I think, again, that's probably as much as we want to do on this turn. Yeah, that legion cannot move. So, in fact, what I might do is move this legion out so they are poised to make a move. Yeah, I know I've only got 1 turn left, basically. If they attack me, they're just going to walk into that town because it has no garrison at present. So the Macedonians are moving around the Roman-held sort of Aegean areas, that sort of Croatia-y type states. What's the word for that? There is a word. Is it? It's not Baltic, is it? No, it's not, because that's like Estonia and Lithuania and stuff, isn't it? It's Balkan states. So the Nervi are moving their forces around and just trying their best to defend as quickly as possible. I did shatter a couple of their armies recently, so that is going to be a big boon for us. Now we've got more research done. That tree is completely finished. This tree is the one that gives me extra movement speed and range. I could just finish off this tree, which gives me more food, yeah. Probably going to want that. Right, let's get my agents moving around. Okay, there is another settlement up there, so it's actually three settlements that they have. In fact, they might have more over here, actually, Swabia and all that jazz. I may have inadvertently picked quite a challenging fight against these guys. And it is winter now, so we're going to start taking some attrition. This area is going to have a garrison of 10 and 4 now. That's good. This has a garrison of 2, but that's going to go up quite a bit when that pops out. I don't know whether it's worth just attacking these guys now. The Octoduran, or sorry, the Helvetii. They do have a full stack of 20 units plus a garrison of 7. So I may want to hold off on that. This legion's got 1 unit left to build prior to becoming fully manned. Do you know what? We're in the mood for conquest. Let's move in, even if that does cause us a bit of attrition. This area here, yeah, it does have a 7 garrison now. It won't be the best quality units in the world, but it's a speed bump, right? So these guys aren't suffering attrition. These are, I'm guessing, because they're not on a road. Right, I can actually put this agent over here. And I don't need this agent now, so this agent can travel up that way just to get me some map vision. And I'm just wondering whether or not I can seriously start putting the nail in the coffin for the Nabateans. Jura is linked to Antioch. Ooh. I've got 3 grand left. Yeah, do you know what? I think it is time. It's time to go to war with the Nabateans. I think we can deal with 2 wars. We're going to call in our defensive allies, which is Macedon. Jerusalem, we shall encircle. And then we will play out the battle in Palmyra. So, yeah, let's play this on the battlefield. It's a non-walled city. I just want to have a look at the Nabatean warriors. They look pretty cool. Are those cataphracts that they've got as their general? Looks like they've got some spears, some swords, some light cavalry, I'm guessing, and some skirmishers, whereas we've got pretty much more of everything with the exception of cavalry. But our cavalry should still be able to cause some significant disruption to their lines. So, yeah, here's hoping. They do have a garrison of 920 men also. So that could be a bit field evening. I know they won't be the best quality men because they are garrisons. Let's start that deployment. And you know what? I'm okay with our army deployment immediately. I'm going to move our entire army forward. There we are. Right, so far so good. Here's the Nabateans. Desert levies. Rakem Palace Guard. Yeah. This is all interesting stuff. I do like looking at the opposing army's unit roster because it is always fascinating. I thought those were elephants then for a second. They're not. So one of these is the general. It's probably that desert. No, it's this one here, isn't it? Right, the square banner. The Akarab Nabatean Noble Cavalry. Now, are they getting reinforced? Or has their reinforcements already arrived? I think their reinforcements has already arrived. Excuse me. Now, their ranged units are skirmishers, which is okay, because our ranged units are skirmishers. They have a full skirmish line, whereas we have skirmish flanks. So I'm just going to speed things up a bit here, get all of our units into position, and yeah, we'll continue to move up our entire force, like so. Just leapfrogging up, really. Yeah, we're going to expend a bit of energy getting up there. But that's okay. Seeing if we can close that distance with our skirmish lines. I think one more small bound should do it. There we go. Right, that should cause them... Shield screens. Okay, shield screens going up. That should cause our units to get into range. Oh, have I just misjudged it ever so slightly?
Missile infantry at your command.
Right, let's make sure you get up there and put you into skirmish mode. And then you guys get up there, get into skirmish mode. In fact, you want to go further forward even still. Right, so our units should be firing. They're just in range. Maybe not. Okay, let's try a bit further forward. These units are exchanging missiles, however briefly, and in limited number. They're not throwing back, though.
Missiles awaiting targets.
So again, yeah, let's move forward. Okay, these ones are. We can switch those into the side. Right, okay, now I think it is time to start dishing out the orders for our infantry to move in. Right, let's get those guys moving in. Get our general up in the center. We're already starting to rout some units. We'll get our cavalry moving around. We've got light horse. It's Celtic light horse, isn't it? Yeah, these guys have been part of this army for just decades. Decades now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I want to just completely obliterate any unit that I can. These legionary cavalry, they're medium. They're pretty strong. I don't know what desert cavalry are like. If they're heavy. They look pretty light. Yeah, there we go. Let's move our velites forwards. And these ones here. Yeah, we'll have our legionary cavalry dueling it out with these desert horse. Yeah, they do look cool though, don't they? My word. Anyways, yeah, the infantry lines are slowly clashing.
Commander, ready and waiting. Proud Romans all.
Okie dokie. Let's get you guys in there. You guys in there. Okay, there is some horsemen attacking here. I don't want to lose my horsemen, so I'm going to send in those. In fact, I'll send in that legionary cohort to go and support them. Yeah, we may lose the auxiliary cav. Yeah, they're wavering. Hopefully they don't get destroyed. See if we can get these Evocatis to throw their peeler at the general at least. Come on. Right, I think those two Evocati cohorts have caught them. Let's try and sort of cut the head off the snake, as it were, by killing the general. Right, the enemy general is dead. Send my general over there against those desert cavalry. Along with those guys. There we are. Now we've just got infantry chasing skirmishers around. We can just fold in on most of these units. We knew it was going to be a bit of an easier battle, but it is still cool to see them with their like Kopesh style swords. Yep, they're getting run down. Our general will join in this charge with this legionary cavalry. There we are. That's all of their cavalry routing. And the only challenge now would be is if this battle went on indefinitely, would be chasing down the skirmishing units, because I have such poor access to cavalry. But it seems like that is victory. Yes, perfect. Decisive victory at that. We lost 455 men. The enemy lost 1,500. They only killed 444. That means we killed 11 of our own troops with friendly fire. That's pretty amazing. Right, let's occupy this land. And I believe I'm right in saying that that makes our empire connected. No, it doesn't. I need this piece as well now. So I tell you what, let's walk into Jerusalem. I'm not going to make you watch this battle because it is literally just some palace guard and the rest of it is peasants against an entire legion. But I'm going to play it aggressively. We'll auto-resolve that in. We shall occupy. Both of these generals are going to have some form of increase in rank or ability. I will give them usually the morale bonus. There we are. And the gravitas. Weapon skills always good as well. 2 to authority when leading an army. 5% melee attack for all swords. And then, yeah, there was a couple of skills here that could have been used. 3 to authority. Seems appropriate. Right. Jerusalem. Let's convert you up. And then we've got Palmyra as well, which gives us another full province. The province of Syria is now completely under our control. although it has some towns, some buildings in a town, sorry, that require to be changed. I'm going to change that to a cattle herding ground, food producing structure that can be upgraded in the future. Parthians and the Bactrians are pushing in over here quite pleasingly, but that does make our entire empire contiguous now, which is going to be a huge benefit for us just in terms of border gore and looking at it. We have a little bit of money left. That's a 20 strong legion. This is also a 20 strong legion. Is it? No, it's not. It's a 19. So let's just grab another cavalry. Actually, yeah, we did lose that Celtic light horse. That's why it's no longer fully manned. And this legion is going to be the one that bears the brunt, sorry, of these two Nabatean armies, one of which is 20, the other of which is 17. So I'm going to spend all of my money upgrading as many of these as I can. Might not be that many, actually. Just 3 of them. We'll upgrade some archers as well. 2 of the archers will get an upgrade. And yeah, look, that is a pretty decent conquest. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today's episode. I appreciate you guys watching. Next episode, we will deal with the repercussions of the Nabateans moving in and assaulting us. And we will also be pushing further into, well, out of Gaul now and more into Germania. Especially Magna Germania over here. So yeah, look, thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, I really appreciate it. Give the video a like, a subscribe, a comment, do all of that great stuff. Popping up on your screen now are some other videos that I hope you enjoy. Please do check them out, and I will see you in the next episode.